Yo, what's going on, everybody? Um, Disregard the lack of, I don't know, camera. I'm just using my computer's webcam. Not really trying to make a production out of anything. I don't even know if I'm gonna post this or anything. I'm just kind of, I just wanted to get on here and vent, essentially. Um, I've been having, I guess, for lack of a better words, kind of a heavy heart lately. Um, Energy levels have been low. Yesterday, I had, a talk with, my weekly or whatever, talk with, my mentor, coach, whatever you want to call it. And we kind of, that's something I brought up. Wanted to address it. And the reason why I'm bringing that up is because essentially within that conversation, I really didn't know why I was feeling that way, feeling kind of down in a way. Had no reason to, nothing in my life has been messing me up in any type of way, but I was feeling that type of way. And, through a series of questioning, asking questions, and uh, posing some scenarios and whatnot, which I always do find anyway, it always comes down to internal things. Even if there was something external messing with me, it's always something internal that maybe you missed, didn't notice what was going on, and then you can make a change or whatever, address it. But the reason I bring that up, because one, I was already not feeling great. It helped to I guess pinpoint those things, but on a I guess social level or on a collective level, I just feel like I see that so much. Whether people are in pain because either being don't notice what's going on inside, um, or disregard it, or too afraid to confront or whatever. And I don't want to say that's frustrating. It's more so just kind of gets me down to see it, because I always want to see people succeed. I want people to be at their best, optimal, best selves and happy. Um, I bring this up because, when this happens, not only, if we're looking at an individual level, people feel they're falling short or not good enough or whatever, self hate, you know, devalue themselves. That's one thing, which I hate to see. Hate to see people hurting, feeling like they're not good enough when it's like cut yourself some slack. But then that also spills over to other people. It spills over to some people will use others to hide these things or make themselves feel good or whatever it might be. Whatever it is, just to I guess as an excuse to not handle that shit. Get to the root of things, figure it out. And I see that a lot. And unfortunately, if you want to go back to the individual level, more often than not, where most people become this way, unable to, you know, confront themselves, fix themselves, care for themselves, forgive themselves, whatever. Unfortunately, it's usually due to either how they're being treated now or were treated in the past, and it's just a fucking vicious cycle, and it's sad. And I'm not 100% absolved from this. I think that's the right word. I'm guilty of this sometimes. Um, but if you think about it, if you think about if right now, just think about the top 1 to 3 problems in this world that you think one of the big, like, if this wasn't around, if this didn't happen, if people didn't do this, we'd be much better. Think about whatever that issue or problem is. Just think about where it stems from. And obviously, this is very vague and broad. And, I'm not giving any examples. I'm sure somebody can pull some things out where it doesn't really match. But I'm willing to bet that more often it's coming from internal pain, non-acceptance, self-hate, fear. I don't know. I'm just venting. Just wanted to get on here and vent, I guess. Shit just sucks. So, but since I am a very optimistic person, and sometimes I feel like I turned myself into an optimistic person. I think I was pretty pessimistic as a child and had some low self-esteem in some ways, but I somehow, whether it was me did it myself or grace of God or whoever you want to call it, that changed. And I always see the silver lining, or I try to stay positive. So if this like resonates with anybody, if you agree, disagree, or you can see it in yourself, just like, I just encourage and I urge you to challenge yourself before you take issue with somebody else or blame somebody else for something, or even go woe is me. Before you do that, because I'm not saying that doesn't happen, it happens and that shit sucks too, but before you do that, I encourage you, look at the situation, look at your situation and yourself, and assess from within first. See what's going on, understand what's going on there first before bringing anybody else into it. And I'm not speaking about anyone in particular. I just hate, I don't know how to say it. I'm just rambling, but I just hate to see people get affected in certain ways where it's self-inflicted or someone else is doing it to them, and especially when I feel like most of the time it could be mitigated by dealing with the discomfort of yourself. Take a look in the mirror. But it's still peace and love. I love everybody, of course. The Deacon. But yeah, I'll have a real video out at some point. I'm working on it, but I just had to get on here and vent, I guess, for my mental health. But yeah, until then, happy Friday, y'all. Love y'all.